Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Grow Show. My name is Mark. I'm the host. And today I'm speaking with Joe Hyde at Hyde Roofing in Birmingham, Alabama. Joe, thanks for being with us today.
Glad to be here, Mark.
Great, man. So you're on site. You got inspectors showing up and you're just out in the field today. Love to hear just kind of the story of Hyde Roofing, how you guys got started and where things are at today.
Wonderful. Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys. So we started 2019. I graduated college and I thought I wanted to do the white collar, I was young and I really wanted to do I wanted a suit and tie every day, and I wanted to, show up in the office and do the corporate sales. So I did wealth management for a little bit. And then a guy recruited me to be VP of sales for a roofing company. And I didn't know a lot about roofing, but I was okay at sales. And then I left there and I did property adjusting. One of my good friends, and I had a lot of people in the industry that I knew from being in the roofing industry. And I went into property adjusting for a few years, and I traveled the country. Actually slept in a van in the gym parking lots because I was just, commission only. So I was just wide open every single day that I woke up that wasn't raining. So I did that for a few years. So as you can see, I kind of know a little bit about roofing and I know a little bit about adjusting. And I understood that, the people that I'm writing the checks to may not be awesome, and the roofing systems that they're putting on may not be awesome. And I just was like, wow, like they're putting on these, very cheap roofing systems and they're getting paid for it. And then I was like, this homeowner has no clue, and I know, and I can't really say nothing to the homeowner because I'm the adjuster. So I basically just took a leap of faith, which wasn't easy at all. It wasn't like, oh my God, I had an aha moment. I had thought about how I can serve people to my max capacity. And I put, almost people say two and two together. I put one and one together. I said, hey, I've got a lot of roofing knowledge. My dad was in construction for about 30 years. So kind of the dust trickled off of him, it's just like whatever your parents do, you kind of pick up, a little bit about everything. So I wasn't scared of hard work. And then I started Hyde Roofing and I landed some elephants early on. I landed some really big clients early on, which I was very grateful for. A lot of people didn't have, just may not have that opportunity or may not have that same story. So we're extremely grateful for those things that happened early on. And that allowed me to kind of fail. It afforded me failure. So I had the opportunity to do a lot of having growing pains, and I didn't have to lose a lot early on. So
Gotcha.
And now we're here. Year, what is that, 6, 7, something like that? 6, 7? And we're thriving. We just had a 2-inch hailstorm hit about 3 weeks ago, and we're working the heck out of it, helping people.
Amazing. Man, what a great story. That's awesome, Joe. So I'm always curious when folks move from a different industry, especially if it's kind of white collar, doing, investment management.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes me really kind of believe that they probably really approached this, your roofing company with a lot of kind of intention. I mean, maybe kind of stumbled into it at some level, but I mean, you were wearing a tie and, maybe in some air conditioned building and now you're out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
When you looked at starting this business, I mean, what type of analysis did you do? I mean, did you kind of get the sense that this is going to fit more into line with my values? It's going to be something that I can actually do really well with just in terms of business and bringing income. I mean, how did you kind of decide to pivot from investment management to roofing?
So I didn't have a bad time. And in that wealth management, I loved it. When I say I loved it, I love helping people and I love making money. And I had the ability to do that there. The guy that pulled me away from that wanted to put me on a salary, which I was I wasn't okay with because I was in straight commission then, and it wasn't easy. Like I had sleepless nights. Like I'm not making this sound lily white. It was rough. Sleepless nights. A year's worth, an entire salary is on one meeting. A $40,000 paycheck is on. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'm meeting with this client, and you can make 40 grand, but I may not make anything for 4 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was, nobody in my family, none of my friends. I come from two factory workers, blue collar, hardworking folks. So the white collar, it was, straight commission, wealth management. I was meeting with different folks, but I learned straight commission sales. I read a few books, and what pushed me into that is I read a few books, and I was like, I think I may have the ability and like the know-how and the kind of just the Joe Hyde, like his gifts and abilities that he has. I think I can use those and make a lot of money in straight commission sales and these books convinced me of this. Okay. These just a handful of sales books. So nobody was for what I was doing. I graduated from Alabama, and you're going to be a roofer, So nobody was really, when I say it was a leap of faith, it wasn't like I had a lot of supporters, which it's reasonable. Like I understand. I didn't ask everybody for permission to do it.
Gotcha.
So coming from the white collar industry, I was looking for these things. So I was looking for what job gives me the ability to impact people. Okay. What gives me the most ability to impact the most amount of people? And I'm not talking about like this year. I'm talking about throughout my life. Roofing check the box. Like I'm here at this property now. Maybe they have $60,000, $70,000 worth of damage. We can get that paid through insurance. Put all that equity back in the home. I would say that's pretty impactful. We have integrity. We're going to treat people right. We're going to always do the right thing. And that is impactful no matter what industry you're in. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're a podcaster. Like, if you have those characteristics and you have the ability to impact people, that's a check for me. That's what I want to be around. That's what I want to do every day. And then the income, right? So do I have the ability, if I get really good at this, to make more money as I get really good? Check that box. So it's not like whenever I had a job in college, I actually was doing physical therapy at one point in time, and the top guy at our clinic, this is what pushed me into commission sales. The top guy in our clinic, I literally overheard a conversation with him and his son. His son came in, and his son was like, "Hey, can we go to this concert?" And his dad literally said, we can't afford that right now. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you're the top guy here. And, your son, he's, I don't know, 14 years old. And I was just mind blown. I was like, so it's just a little, microscopic like example. But I was like, when I get 60, I'm not saying that to my son,
Yeah. Right.
I'm the
Seriously.
best at what I do in the field, and I'm saying no to that. But anyways, so that was a big deal for me. So yeah, that's
great, man.
that was that.
That's fantastic, Joe. Taking a look at some of your core values here. You talk about speed to take action, unwavering integrity, commitment to excellence from first call to final step. I'd love to kind of unpack that a little bit. I mean, I just get the sense that you're really doing this from a higher, I don't know, calling, and really trying to, I mean, everybody wants to help people. I mean, I can really feel it with the way you're talking about this, man. And so, I mean, when you talk about some of your core values here, speed, speed to action, what does that mean regarding, I mean, you're in the roofing business, folks have emergencies that happen, insurance may be covering it. You're, have got, an adjusting background, and they may not even know everything that, we've talked with some roofers and remodelers that have kind of an insurance adjuster background, and they talk about it's almost, they can really be very helpful for the customers, by being able to go in and basically sort of be an advocate for them with the insurance company. But they're oftentimes kind of dealing with emergencies when that happens. I
Mhm.
mean, what does speed in your business mean? I mean, what are some kind of metrics around that? How quickly are you guys trying to kind of reply, set quotes, make things happen, and sort of take massive action on things?
It's crazy you asked that question on this property. So this property that we're on, 2-inch hail, this was a little bit maybe over 2-inch hail, maybe 2 1/4, 2.5. We had some 3-inch down the road. This guy has zero siding on the left side of his home and the back side of his home. We live in Alabama. It rains minimum probably 2 days a week, maybe. So when this hailstorm hit, I think on a Thursday, I think it was coming a flood on a Monday. And this ain't the only homeowner that this happened to. So speed, getting out here, having the ability, boots on the ground, guys on the ground that has the ability to tarp these dormers, to tarp the left side of his guy's home, because it kind of broke through all the layers of his house that waterproofs everything for the inside, all of his valuables, everything that he probably cares about. I'm sure his furniture wasn't free. I'm sure the painting on the walls costs money. So when water gets in those things, people usually ain't happy. And then, you got mold, and I can go down the long list of things that's really bad. So getting tarps out on the roof, getting tarps like this, for instance, we probably could have tarped the entire roof because the hail was so big and the shingle wasn't exactly brand new. So the hail went through the shingle. And
Wow.
I've asked this guy every day, maybe not every day, but do you have any, leaks inside your home? Do we need to come out and tarp even more? So the speed, going back to the word speed, that is taking care of people that they may not even know how bad it could be until there's a 2-inch rain. And then,
Mm.
you get a call when there's a 2-inch rain and your house is flooding in. So getting boots on the ground to be able to serve people, really to help, tarping in this situation as much as we possibly can to mitigate the damage on the inside of the property, because we know how bad it can be. We tell people, if you got a Mona Lisa on the wall, let's take care of her. You know, we don't want her to get wet. And then going back to I think you said something about maybe integrity, their speed, integrity.
Yeah, like unwavering integrity. Yeah, I mean, curious about that. I mean, in the trades, I've been in the trades. I mean, there's just all different, stripes of characters and whatever. And I mean, I can tell when someone is really focused on really serving people. And yeah, just curious how kind of, unwavering integrity shows up in Hyde Roofing.
Pretty plain and simple. Are you trying to be in business tomorrow? Are you trying to be in business next year? Are you trying to be in business in 30 years? And are you doing the things to be in business tomorrow, to be in business next week, to be in business in 30 years? And if you are, usually all of everything I just said usually lines up with integrity.
Integrity. Got it.
And so if you're doing all those things, life's pretty simple, life's pretty easy. Probably everybody sleeps good at night. And we know everybody's not going to use us. Like there's roofers out here, they're working hard, man. Like I'm happy for them, I'm proud of them. There's plenty of roofs to go around. Usually in our industry, if you've been doing this long enough, there's a lot of integrity issues. You probably know a lot about those. We don't have a lily white industry. It's kind of rough, and we're trying to change that. We can't change that by having less integrity. Um, so we're
Yeah.
trying to change, the persona of roofers, and we're trying to be the guy. Like we're nothing against cigarettes, nothing against, no teeth. I have people in my family that have both. Okay. But we're trying to be, I tell our guys, like, don't give people a reason to not use us, right? Like, look presentable.
Uh-huh.
Like, make sure your clothes are ironed, make sure you're groomed well. Make sure, we don't have a cigarette in our ear. Let's brush our teeth. You know what I mean? Let's put on deodorant. Let's do these little bitty things, and let's give people a reason to use us instead of not to use us. And it's not saying anything bad about the people that don't, right? But let's do everything with our capacity to give people a reason to use us. And then once they see us, right, just visually, because everybody, like, you know, it's attractive, right? It's inviting, right? It's warm feeling. It's not like, get them people away from me, get them people as far away from me. Then we can talk to them, right? We get to step two, then we can talk to them and communicate with them our process, and then we find out if can work well together.
Gotcha. Fantastic. Well, Joe, so what's the future look like for you guys? I mean, some folks have got constraints on kind of team that they can hire. I mean, regarding kind of growth for you guys, are you guys looking to grow the business some or substantially here over the next few years? Are you guys kind of in a stable place with the team that you have?
We get people that reach out to us very often, probably weekly, that, private equity companies that are, inquiring about buying, and not opposed to anything, but man, the future's so bright. Show me something more appealing than what we've got going for us. And I mean, they're in a long list. So we're so excited about what the future holds for us, and not, getting sold out necessarily or trying to go the corporate route. We're a family-owned business. We want to be that way, very long time. And the future, I like to tell people that we are growing at the rate of opportunity. Okay. So there's some roofers you may have had on here that are not in business anymore. They're really good people. They did everything somewhat of the right way, and they may have a similar story to me, and they're just not in business anymore because they, hired 10 or 15 people and then they didn't have work. You know what I mean? It's just the reality of our business.
Mhm.
We can get heavy cash rich in 90 days, and then we hire this massive team, and then, we expect everything to keep going as it is. And sometimes that don't work out that way. So we grow. My philosophy is we're going to grow at the rate of opportunity. So if we have, many storms this year versus less storms this year, we're going to, prepare for the rain, literally and figuratively, the rainy days. We're going to make it through low times, bad times, because we prepared for those, because we've seen those, because we've seen where people have failed, and we need to learn from those. So my answer is we're going to grow at the rate of opportunity, and which allows us to grow. So if we get 6 storms this year, I think the writing's on the wall. If we get 1 storm this year, we get 1. If it rains a lot this year, we probably have more business. If it don't rain a lot this year, we probably don't have as much. But there's one thing for sure, going back to what I said earlier, we're going to be in business next year. So
Fantastic. Joe, what a great story, and entertaining too, man. Super fun. If folks are in the Birmingham area and they're looking for a great roofer to work with or a great team to be on, what are the best ways to get in touch with you guys?
You can reach out to me or shoot me an email at joe at hyderoofing.com. Be in touch. We opened up our second location in Decatur last year. So we've done business all around Alabama, but most of it, a lot of our guys are out in the field. So having an office location, having a storefront has really been able to give us the ability to serve people to the max capacity that we can in the North Alabama area and the Central Alabama area. And like I said, going back to growth, man, it's exciting. I had somebody ask me the other day, oh, this is good. I had somebody ask me the other day, when are you gonna get the people around you to where you don't work? Like, when are you are you getting close to that, or do you see in the future? And I was like, well, not really. I said, I don't think it's in me, because even people that we hire, going back to opportunity, when I know we can give people opportunity to win, make money, maybe be around some really good people, and it has nothing to do with making money, but life is easier when you're around good people. Life is easier when you're around people you like. Life is easier when you're around people that are reaching and grabbing and, trying to get to the next level, right? They're just scratching and clawing.
Mhm.
You get around those people and you can make money and you have the ability to impact people. That's what's probably not appealing to me, to work less, probably. or not work less, but like hand everything off to just say, go do it. It's more like, I want to show you because it's worked for me. Like, I want to show the
Gotcha.
next generation what I know, because it's been life changing for me. And it's kind of, whenever I, kind of get old and die or whatever, maybe you don't get old and die, you die soon. You look around, you're like, hey, this is how many people's lives I changed. This is how many people I helped. Why am I wanting to not work? Why am I not wanting to do, help more or do more,
Yeah. What
So
an inspiration, man. It's fantastic. Well, great interview, Joe. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time to be with us today. You're out in the field and so many some time here on your phone. Um, Folks, if you're looking for a great roofer in Decatur or in Birmingham, get in touch with Joe. His website is Hyde Roofing, HYDE roofing.com, or you can email him at joe@hyderoofing.com. Thanks again, Joe. It's been great talking, man.
I appreciate you, Mark. Hope you have a good day.